There is some exciting news about AMP token that was just announced over the last couple days. There's multiple things going on, and I believe AMP token is going to shoot up in price. So chances are, if you clicked on this video, you want to know why AMP token is going to see these huge gains. Flexa released a commercial teaser that's going to come out with Flexa and Zcash, and this was posted on Twitter by Josh Swihart, and there's pictures here, and if you look at this picture, tell me who you guys think this looks like right here. I think that is David Duchovny, which is going to be huge for a commercial that's about to come out. Now here's a couple more pictures of the event and the commercial shooting. This is going to be huge news. There hasn't been really much marketing for AMP over the last couple years since it was announced, but this is a first huge step in getting awareness out there about AMP token, and this is one of the things that's going to bring more interest and more people buying AMP on central exchanges and all these places where you can buy AMP token. People started to share their excitement on AMP token's Reddit page. You can see here, someone said, I spy one of the customers buying what looks like laundry soap. Someone said, big if true, I like what's going on here, promotion is important. Suddenly my portfolio will be looking like I'm an AMP maximum user probably. This is bringing a lot of attention to the AMP community. Now on April 15th on Zcash Media, which is hosted by Zcash. Zcash is another digital money platform maker where you can keep your money stored on there on this app, but specifically on Zcash Media on April 15th, they announced that they're going to release a documentary type video on April 22nd, which is now today when this video got posted. They're going to talk about private digital currency like Zcash could change the course of history. Now, on their Twitter page, it does give a trailer what you can watch on YouTube for the documentary, and there is a lot of hype that AMP is going to be featured in this documentary.
What is the AMP token? How will it behave in the future? And what are some of its rights, and what are some of the things it doesn't do?
Sure. Well, that's the easy part because it only does one thing. And it serves as collateral in the network or collateral for anyone else.
Now this is huge because AMP is going to provide collateral for businesses. If you go to AMP Token's website, amptoken.org, you can see here it is collateral as a service, extensionable and open source, and there's more to explore with their white paper that goes over all the details of AMP Token.
So it's literally got one purpose, only one purpose, and it's literally designed that way, and has tried to now get as decentralized as possible to enable that. So that's the easy question. So what it's for and how it even got created and how it works within something like Flexa. Remember I was saying Flexa now connects to every single, or the goal is all these other merchants, the hardware, the software, it's so seamless, everything is so easy for them. Then we essentially open the sort of the payments pipe on the other side. So we let any app in the world permissionlessly access the network and then pay assets into it.
Now, just the other day on April 20th, Grayscale actually sat down with Tyler Spalding and did a Zoom conference with video. And this is the first conference that Tyler has done in a while. And this is what he had to say about AMP token.
Exactly is Flexa and how does it work? And this is my favorite question. Can you explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old?
I'll start there, which is actually not, it's relatively straightforward. It would be to a 5-year-old, you have some money, you get to go to the store and you buy something with it. And that's really it. And we would define money as whatever asset you might have. It could be your phone, something on your phone. It could be points, it could be dollars, it could be crypto, it could be something like that. So to the 5-year-old, say, there's your money, that's the number, there's 5 of those. You can go to the store and use those 5 units to buy something that you want to take home. And I would say that's the simplest way of describing Flexa, and that's actually true, and that's how it works today. And that's a very real assessment. There's obviously lots and lots behind the scenes to enable that. But then Flexa in general is a payments network. So it's an all digital payments network that connects now to ideally all merchant point of sale, hardware, software, online individual applications online. It could be online platforms. It could be basically anything that a merchant can accept a payment from. And then we open up an API SDK access to the network. So any app in the world can now pay using Flexa. So really without limitation. So any app that you would have that you open up your phone, you look, and there's some apps on your phone, going into the store or online, using those apps to buy something natively is what Flexa wants to facilitate and does facilitate now. It doesn't have everything yet, but we have the plan for that, and so we're making progress towards that. But that's really what Flexa is. So it's taking whatever asset you have on your phone, whatever app, going into a store online, presenting a code or scanning a code, and just really that simple. So really honing that user experience of the dead simple approach. There's no entering numbers, there's no swiping different things, there's no going back and forth between menus or trying to figure different things out. It's just that straightforward of scanning a code and walking out the door.
What Tyler said is huge. Can you imagine just taking your phone and going to a store, giving a barcode to someone and having it scan, and then that's it? No taking out your debit card, no taking out and putting out pins or calling places or doing things. You literally just pull out your phone, pull up this app, scan a barcode, and you're done. Now, this is actually already being done using Spalding. There's actually some locations in and around the US and Canada that you can use this app, and you can use AMP token to pay for things. And I expect this to expand more and more as people get aware of this. Tyler actually gave us some updates that he announced, and we're going to go over those right now.
Are there any exciting updates that you can share with us on the call today?
Yeah, I'd say there's one in particular, which is the timing worked out really well. We have been, from day one, we always talk about how, and throughout my kind of description, any wallet, any asset, any point of sale, any merchant, globally, right? And that's very much the ethos, and that is the vision that we have not deviated from.
There you go. You heard it. Any wallet, any asset, anywhere. There is some huge progression with AMP token.
We boiled it down even shorter, like kind of this little bit of this rallying call of any asset, any app, any merchant. And that is like kind of our direct focus. And so we got to over 100 assets recently, which now set, I believe, the most assets spendable on any like digital network in existence. So it's not any, but it's pretty good, and that's the best or the most, and it's only going to increase. So we kind of checked that box a little. And so we have an SDK that allows any app to now integrate into Flexa, but there was always more challenges around a non-custodial wallet or certain types of assets or certain wallets or app applications. We wanted to move through that even faster. And so we basically created ways to expand the network to let any app truly access the network right out of the box. And they can just pay directly from really any app. And so that will be, we're announcing it fully next week, actually. And so all the details and what that's going to look like and how people can get access to it. But that's the really cool thing, is that we've been working on that for a long time. And the really cool thing is that a lot of the learnings of how we could actually do that came from the El Salvador product. And we learned how to do this openly on the Lightning Network with Bitcoin, and taking transactions that were from fully non-custodial sources that we didn't have any of this other information on. So it's interesting how everything kind of ties together, and we learned from that, and we said, well, wait a second, we did this, and we built a system where it's really interesting. Normally when you're staking a wallet to submit valid transactions to the chain or to the mempool, what we did was we created the system where you're actually staking the node on a layer 2 to write the transaction back to the main chain. And we called that a transformer because we liked the electricity and the amp, and we're nerds, and we really like the analogy there, and it actually truly fits. So you're staking like a node that's writing a transaction back publicly. And so in staking that service, it actually applies more universally now to any chain any layer 1, any layer 2. And so that's what we now deployed. And so we'll be launching that now across more than 10 networks very soon. It will be all the details coming. That is going to be our checkbox of any wallet. And it's very real. So literally any wallet in the world will now be able to use Flexa right out of the gate, which is really moving us down the field, we think, in terms of real adoption.
I'm glad Tyler gave us these updates. With us being in the dark, they haven't really been active on their Twitter page. By him doing this interview, it's definitely bringing a lot of excitement to everyone that has AMP, that owns AMP, and is following this project. And I am super excited for it. Now, if you want to track crypto and you want to track AMP in this kind of format, you should definitely click on the video right here. Trust me, it's worth it.